After my girlfriend and I came home from vacation, she said, someone cooked here. We'd just gotten back from a week in Florida when Hannah froze in the kitchen doorway. Her face went pale and she grabbed my arm. Someone cooked here, she said. What do you mean? I asked, walking past her into the kitchen. She pointed at the stove where a dirty pot sat with dried food crusted on the sides. There was red sauce splattered on the wall behind it. Then I saw what really scared her. A dark, reddish-brown stain on the white counter that looked like dried blood. That wasn't there when we left, Hannah whispered. My heart started racing. Someone had been in our house while we were gone. They'd cooked a meal and left blood on our counter. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911 while Hannah checked the back door. It was still locked, but the window next to it was cracked open just a little. Two police officers showed up within 10 minutes. Officer Lewis was older with gray hair, and Officer Ruiz looked fresh out of the academy. They put on gloves and started examining the kitchen. Have you checked the rest of the house? Officer Lewis asked. No, we called you as soon as we saw this, I said. Stay close behind us, he said, pulling out his flashlight even though it was daytime. They searched the living room first. Nothing seemed out of place. Then they went upstairs to the bathroom, and Officer Ruiz stopped in the doorway. There's more blood, she said. I looked over her shoulder and saw dark stains in the bathtub. It looked like someone had tried to wash it down the drain, but gave up. There was an empty prescription bottle on the floor. The label was too faded to read. Officer Lewis sniffed the air. Do you smell that? Hannah and I both shook our heads. I didn't smell anything unusual. You two need to wait outside, he said suddenly. We're calling forensics. What's wrong? Hannah asked, but they were already pushing us toward the stairs. Just wait in your car, please, Officer Ruiz said. Her voice was different now, more serious. We sat in my car watching more police arrive. Two forensic vans pulled up, and people in white suits started going in and out of our house. Hannah was squeezing my hand so hard it hurt. What do you think that smell was? She asked. I don't know, maybe mold or something? But deep down, I knew it was something worse. The way the officers' faces had changed told me everything. After an hour, Officer Lewis came back to our car. His face was grim. We need to ask you some questions. Do either of you have family with access to your house? Just my mom, I said. She has a spare key, but she lives at Sunset Manor, the assisted living place on Oak Street. The officer wrote something down. When did you last speak with her? Before we left for vacation. Why? What did you find? He didn't answer. Instead, he walked back to the house and made a phone call. 20 minutes later, an ambulance arrived, but they didn't rush inside. They moved slowly, like there was no emergency anymore. Hannah started crying when we saw them roll out a black body bag on a stretcher. They loaded it carefully into the ambulance. No sirens when they drove away. Officer Lewis came back with a detective who introduced himself as Detective Harbor. He had kind eyes, but his voice was steady and professional. We found a body in your upstairs bedroom, he said. An elderly woman. We believe it's your mother. The world started spinning. That's impossible. She's at Sunset Manor. She has Alzheimer's. They take care of her. When did she go there? Detective Harbor asked. 6 months ago, when she couldn't live alone anymore. He pulled out his phone and made a call. After a few minutes of talking, his face got angry. Really angry. He hung up and looked at me. Sunset Manor has no record of your mother for the past 2 weeks. Her caretaker Madeline Reese quit without notice. She never reported it to anyone. Your mother apparently walked out and no one noticed she was gone. Hannah gasped. She walked here? That's 4 miles. Based on the evidence, we think she came here looking for you, the detective explained. She still had her key. She fell several times, which explains the blood in various places. She made herself something to eat, probably thinking she was home. Then she went upstairs to what used to be her bedroom when she lived here. She fell again and hit her head. I couldn't breathe. My mom had been dying in my house while I was on a beach taking pictures. She'd been confused and hurt and alone. The medical examiner thinks she passed away 3 days ago, Detective Harbor said gently. There was nothing you could have done. You couldn't have known. But that didn't make it better. Sunset Manor had abandoned my mother. Madeline Reese had just quit and left a confused woman with Alzheimer's to wander off. My mom had tried to come home and died alone in what used to be her room. The assisted living facility got shut down 2 months later. Madeline Reese got arrested for elder abuse and neglect. She got 5 years in prison, but none of that brought my mom back. She died scared and confused because the people paid to protect her had failed.